This is KPRC 2 News at 10.
Happening now at 10, only on 2, allegations of sexual misconduct against the Harris County Precinct 1 Constable's Office from current and former employees.
Plus, honoring George Floyd. The events here in Houston and Minneapolis tonight as his family talks about his death nearly 1 year ago.
And honoring a hometown hero.
He's a rapper, a very well-known rapper, but he is also a real-life.
Houston's own Trey the Truth featured on tonight's Billboard Music Awards. What he's saying about being recognized for his good deeds.
Right now.
Tonight at 10, serious allegations of sexual misconduct involving some of the highest-ranking members of the Harris County Precinct 1 Constable's Office.
A lawsuit expected to be filed tomorrow names a handful of people, including Constable Alan Rosen. This lawsuit coming from 3 former and current female deputy constables, as well as another employee of that office. And they say Rosen and the DA's office did nothing to stop it. KPRC 2's Bill Barajas joins us live from Harris County Precinct 1's office in downtown Houston with a story you'll see only on 2 tonight. Bill?
And the focus of that lawsuit is the human trafficking unit here at the Harris County Precinct 1 Constable's Office and some of their undercover sting operations, which allegedly turned into a, quote, booze-fueled playground for sexual exploitation. That, of course, according to the lawsuit. The 39-page lawsuit is explosive. So far, 3 women have come forward with allegations that they were molested by their intoxicated male commanding officers during undercover operations, specifically what they call bachelor party-style prostitution stings.
Simply put, it's unlike anything that I've seen in 4 decades as a criminal defense attorney, in 6 years as a special prosecutor, and a quarter century as a legal analyst.
KPRC2 legal analyst Brian Weiss says the lawsuit names Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen, who allegedly knew about the abuse and did nothing. Also named Assistant Chief Chris Gore and Lieutenant Shane Rigdon, who were directly involved in the sting operations.
I counted at first blush 3, 4, 5, 6, perhaps more allegations of the Texas Penal Code, allegations ranging from official misconduct to tampering with a government document, to tampering with physical evidence, to sexual assault.
The lawsuit claims the women were handpicked for the undercover operations and were oftentimes asked to drink to loosen up.
You've got to ask yourself, wasn't there enough real crime in Harris County for Precinct 1 to contend with? Why was it that they felt they had to act worse than the bad guys?
The lawsuit says the women tried reporting the alleged abuse, but were ridiculed, retaliated against, and reassigned to less prestigious duties. A whistleblower and human trafficking advocate at the constable's office came forward on the women's behalf. The lawsuit claims she was fired shortly after.
If these allegations are proven true by a preponderance of the evidence, I think that reasonable people could conclude that this was an ongoing quasi-criminal enterprise.
And the lawsuit alleges that Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg also knew about the sexual misconduct and the allegations, but neither she or the constable himself, Alan Rosen, did anything to stop it. Again, that lawsuit will be filed tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. The attorney who is filing that lawsuit will then hold a press conference tomorrow at 9 a.m. Now, we reached out to the constable's office to get their take on the allegations, and in a statement, they said, quote, if allegations are formally filed, we look forward to reviewing them and making sure the truth is revealed. Live in downtown, Bill Barajas, KPRC 2 News.
All right, Bill, keep us updated, sir. Turning our attention to the weather now. This is a live look outside. The rain has stopped for now, but we've been in this wet weather pattern for about a week. So the big question right now, when are we going to finally dry out?
And for that answer, we turn to KPRC2 meteorologist Justin Stapleton, the man of the hour.
Right here.
I got a question earlier this evening on the dinner break when I ran by the grocery store. Some guy was like, thought it was supposed to be drier today.
Ooh.
Like, you and me both, brother. So did I.
It happens.
Yeah, it does. You know, and that's the problem is that big high that was supposed to slide in today and kind of push all this further to the south and west just didn't do that. So it's stuck right on top of us. Now, thankfully, things have quieted down. Figured it would. Once we lose the sun, it kind of stabilizes the atmosphere just a bit. But notice as you go a little further south, we've still got a pretty good little fetch right here, basically from the east end of the island going going all the way south to Bay Cliff, sliding its way sort of parallel to Gulf Freeway, just north of Pearland. That's sliding in towards the South Loop now. So that's a quick downpour. It feels like a tropical air mass, doesn't it? It's like you get a quick heavy downpour and then nothing, and a quick one, then nothing. We're going to see more of that tomorrow, courtesy of this. This little spin right here is a mid-level area of low pressure. It caught this on the water vapor loop, which is what you're looking at right now. This is slowly lifting northward, and it's going to continue to pull that tropical moisture in. As it does, that means more chances for rain for us by tomorrow afternoon. So I think overnight we're okay, but then watch as we start into the morning and go towards that afternoon commute. Things get messy once again. I'll talk about how much additional rain this will translate to and when, yes, we finally dry out. Sion, we'll get into those details and your work week forecast here straight ahead.
All right, we'll see you soon, Justin. Thank you. Tuesday marks 1 year since George Floyd was killed by a Minneapolis police officer. Today, hundreds of people, including his family and friends, gathered to remember Floyd at a rally in March in downtown Minneapolis. Speakers at today's event calling for legislation that changes policing and accountability for officers.
George Floyd should go down as history that broke the neck of police racism, police brutality, and police illegality. That's how we gonna put George's name in history.
Trial for the 3 other former officers charged in Floyd's death has been delayed until March 2022.
Here at home, George Floyd now has a park named in his honor. It's directly across the street from his alma mater, Jack Yates High School.
KPRC 2's Rochelle Turner was at that dedication ceremony. She's live now with what this means to his family. Rochelle?
George Floyd's sister, LaTanya, says it means the world, and she says her little brother would have loved to see something like this dedicated in his honor. This monument is now part of his life and legacy. On the corner of Alabama Street and 3rd Ward stands this monument of Houston native George Floyd.
I miss him so much and I love him so much, and it's just, there's no words.
George Floyd! It was a special moment for Floyd's sister, LaTanya, people in the community, and many others who support the Floyd family.
The death of Mr. George Floyd and how he died shocked our nation, shocked the world.
But where we're at today is a much better time.
Almost a year after George Floyd was murdered, this park was named after him, just down the street from where he grew up. Gertrude Jane Stone dedicated the property for the George Floyd Park.
Let us love one another unconditionally. Amen.
Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee says the park is a peaceful place for people and children, but she is still working to stop the violence.
My cry today is for legislators to understand that this is not a partisan issue. I'm frustrated at where we are with the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act because there's no reason why it should not pass.
His name, George Floyd! This dedication not only represents George Floyd, but countless others who have been killed by police.
It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing, and I'm so proud of it. So proud.
And LaTanya Floyd says part of the family will meet with President Joe Biden on Tuesday for the anniversary of George Floyd's death, but she plans to remain here in Houston. Reporting from Houston's 3rd Ward tonight, I'm Rochelle Turner, KPRC 2 News.
Rochelle, thank you. There are a handful of events happening tomorrow leading up to the 1-year anniversary of George Floyd's death. The Memorial Foundation, named in his honor, will host 2 in-person panel discussions out in Minneapolis. And on Tuesday, there will be a celebration of life with guest appearances and performances by Grammy Award-winning artists. Be sure to stay with KPRC 2, both on air and online at click2houston.com for continuing coverage of the 1-year anniversary of George Floyd's death.
Families and local leaders marched for justice today, demanding the Harris County criminal justice system take action to guarantee the constitutional right to a speedy trial. That march began this afternoon at Marshall Middle School. Family members of victims of violence, along with Harris County Precinct 2 Commissioner Adrian Garcia, joining that event. It was organized by a coalition formed by Safe Walk Home Northside and other organizations. Safe Walk Home was formed after 11-year-old Josue Flores was killed while walking home from school.
Developing tonight, investigators say a man who was threatening people and firing a rifle in the parking lot of a College Station apartment complex has died after being shot by police. It happened less than 5 miles from A&M's campus this afternoon. The man has been identified as 21-year-old Roderick Merchant Jr. Police say they received reports of Merchant pointing a rifle at people while trying to force his way into the apartments. That's when authorities say officers shot and killed the man.
A fugitive from Louisiana wanted for murder was found dead in a Houston motel room today. The Gulf Coast Task Force says they were trying to serve a warrant at that motel along the East Freeway near Nimitz Street. When they went inside a room there, they found a man dead, and they believe he killed himself. That warrant was out of Jefferson Parish in Louisiana. So far, no details of the Louisiana murder case or the identity of the now deceased suspect. A rally in support of Israel took place today at Herman Park. It comes after a demonstration yesterday in the Galleria area in support of Palestine. That rally organized by the Israeli-American Council of Houston today. Some people, they're holding signs saying, "I stand with Israel." Demonstrators say they were there to protest the brutal attacks in the Middle East.
Solidarity with Israel, we're standing up against Hamas, waving the flags and showing our support for a country that was attacked for no reason.
More than 200 people died during the 11-day conflict.
Keeping you informed in the KPRC2 Vaccine Central, Pfizer is scheduled to start a new trial involving a possible third COVID-19 vaccine, and that trial is happening right here in the Lone Star State. Benchmark Research is scheduled to start the booster shot trial in Austin come June the 28th. The trial is only open to previous participants, with enrollment ending in August. Pfizer hopes to enroll 10,000 globally for their study, with each site, including the Benchmark one in Austin, aiming for 250.
New developments tonight about the zoo at the center of the Tiger King.
What crews took from that zoo for the very last time.
And show-stopping performances at tonight's Billboard Music Awards, but one of the biggest awards honoring Houston's own Trey the Truth. That's next on KPRC2 News at 10.
Concerts, festivals, the arts.
From the Woodlands to Discovery Green, what's coming back this summer? Aggressive, annoying pop-up ads that make it difficult to get off your screen. What you need to know about the companies that use them. Monday morning on KPRC2 News Today.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand. That's why people are taking it everywhere. Taking SUVs like Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with the most capable Silverado ever. No matter what you do, there's a Chevy that's perfect to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get a total value of $5,250 on this 2021 Silverado Crew Cab Texas Edition. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
Don't get stuck with a frustrating back order slip 20 weeks from other furniture stores. Instead, buy Gallery Furniture online or Gallery Furniture in-store. Furniture in stock, free delivery today. Gallery Furniture stays your man and delivers free today.
At Kroger, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
All of this started when we discovered the benefits of local raw honey for our family.
And then we said, hey, you know what? This is a business right here.
We went out and started to sell it.
To help us get going, we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account. It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere, and get same-day deposits at no extra cost. It's more than honey. It's about building something for our family that will endure.
Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Jimmy's guest last week made some noise. This week, there's Kevin Hart, Sofia Vergara, and Jimmy's in studio with Billy Porter and Julianne Moore. Plus, Monday, Dave Grohl co-hosts with Jimmy. New Tonight Show.
The last of 68 big cats from the private zoo that was the center of the Tiger King saga have now been removed. This video taken by TMZ. Zookeeper Jeff Lowe from the hit Netflix series running that business in Thackerville, Oklahoma. The U.S. Justice Department took over after a complaint was filed against Lowe and his wife concerning the animal's care.
Back here in Houston, the man at the center of the Tiger investigation is set to be released from jail tomorrow. Victor Cuevas posted bond yesterday for an unrelated murder charge, although he had to stay in the Fort Bend County jail over the weekend because no one was there to install his ankle monitor. Investigators say he and his wife own India the Tiger, who was seen wandering around a West Houston neighborhood. The 9-month-old Bengal tiger is now being cared for by an animal sanctuary in North Texas.
Tonight, some of the biggest names in music came together for the Billboard Music Awards in Los Angeles. That award show just wrapping up here on KPRC2 with some powerhouse performances. That was Alicia Keys, and Nick Jonas hosted the show, performing with his siblings, the Jonas Brothers, as well. The performing lineup including AJR, Bad Bunny, and BTS, along with Duran Duran and The Weeknd. Rocker Pink received the Icon Award, and rap superstar Drake receiving the Artist of the Decade Award.
And it was all pretty good. One of Houston's own was also honored tonight, and if you live here, well, you probably know Trey the Truth.
And even if you've never listened to any of his music, his charity and longtime giving to the community is well known across the city and now all across America, with some help from tonight's Billboard Music Awards.
Quote one. You got it. One is on. All right.
Whether it's free gas and supplies, turkeys at Thanksgiving, Christmas trees and decorations, or lending a helping hand after hurricanes hit Texas and Louisiana, Houston rapper Trey the Truth has made helping the community a priority.
I got to make sure I'm doing everything that needs to be done because, you know, it's a lot of times people be in need.
He says he does it all for a city that supported him.
That's what got me where I'm at in my career, from the support of the city, so why not give back? And honestly, I've done my fair share, you know, being from the streets of Houston, so I feel like I did my damage. It's only right that I come back and try and clean that up, you know.
Now, Trey is being recognized for his work in the community. Tonight, he was honored with Billboard Music's Changemaker Award, presented by fellow Houstonian Tina Knowles Lawson.
That's even a blessing. You know, I do a lot of work with Miss Tina, Beyonce, Be Good in general, so I feel like it's more of a family vibe and a family thing. This is definitely something major, you know, for me.
A hometown hero now getting recognition on the national stage for his generosity.
Thank you, Trey the Truth. He's a rapper, a very well-known rapper, but he is also a real-life, modern-day superhero. I always tell him I'm going to make him a cake.
It's important to change people's lives. It's important to change the thoughts of those who give up at times. And it's important to change things that wasn't designed for our best interest. For me, you know, I come from the streets. We got to protect our women. We got to protect our children. We got to protect our elders.
He gave an incredible speech. A big shout out to H-Town at the end of that speech as well. And we know that his giving continues. Trey says he is opening a computer center in an underserved community this week to provide kids and their families more access to the internet and technology.
Very cool. And I've bumped into him numerous times, and he's out there helping.
He's awesome. I've done a couple events with him, and he's the real deal. Yeah. That is exactly. And I'll tell you what, that hat looked tight tonight, didn't it?
Oh, man, he was looking sharp.
Fantastic.
Good. I was like, yes, sir. That's
and Miss Tina, let's not forget.
As well, always.
Mother of Queen Bee. You can't leave her out.
She's always going to, then, sure. Yeah. I'll tell you what, you know, you need that hat or you just need to run today. You told me you had to run because you got wet, right? You know, I was out running in the rain today. Yeah, shoes were soaked. I was soaked head to toe. Unfortunately, that high that was supposed to move in didn't really move that much at all. So it just really kind of kept a wet forecast for the rest. And this is my favorite Click 2 pins I got today so far. This is the best. It's hard to see if you got your Super HD TV. Look at the actual reflection here, and that is a sad pup. That is a pup that is like, I hate the world right now. Because all she wants to do is go out and get in the pool, and that's not going to be the case. So I promise the weather will get better. I had a lot of folks run into me the last couple of days to say, hey, man, is this really going to change? Yes, it will. Here's the interesting thing. It's more of a nuisance out there today, and even yesterday, than certainly some flood concerns. That was our biggest concern with this, is that the ground is so saturated. You add any additional rain to that, and we were going to start to see flood advisories, flash flood warnings pop up. That didn't happen because, one, we were getting some breaks in those downpours, and two, the last last 24 hours, aside from these little stretches of green there, which are translating to about 1 to 2, maybe 2.5 inches, everybody else was about a half an inch or an inch. So we could handle that amount of rain, which is certainly nice to see, but still, it has been a wet one out there. Upper 70s, Hobby, on down to the coast. 80 as you got towards Intercontinental. It's going to be a lot warmer than that as we get later on into the week. So if you like the cooler weather, enjoy it. But as I mentioned before, it is soggy, and certainly the skeeters are going to come out the next couple days, and they're going to be ferocious by this weekend too. I haven't seen much change in the temperature on our Abacus camera. As right now, you see the temperatures all sitting in the mid 70s. We've got low 70s out towards Katy, 71 in Columbus, 70 in Brenham. Could see some upper 60s, too, towards, let's say, College Station, Navasota, Grimes County. As you get up towards Madisonville, I wouldn't be shocked to see that. So two things. One, here's our high. We're expecting this to try to slide off to the west and sort of shift this axis, this hot fire hose, off to the west as well, moving in towards central Texas. Didn't happen. And for tomorrow, this little spin right here, it's a little mid-level low that's starting to slowly move onshore. We're going to have to keep watch on that because we'll start to see some of that moisture drawn in again. Fairly quiet out there tonight. We do have this little stretch of kind of a thin line of downpours, basically from right outside of downtown of the 59 quarter, stretching all the way down towards the east end of Galveston Island. So we'll keep a watch on that, but I don't think it'll be much trouble. And of course, the flash flood watch till 7 o'clock. That's tomorrow evening now for western and southern counties. I wouldn't be shocked if we start to get things a little more aggressive tomorrow. They expand that off towards the metro area, but it looks like, at least for the morning commute, we should be A-okay as we get in towards the afternoon. That's when things get a little messy once again. I think they'll be aided by that low that's spinning inland, and that should wrap around all the way in through the afternoon commute. And then the same story. So expected rain about 1.5 to about 2. Could see a few isolated spots of 3+, and that's just because that bullseye right there for a possibility of enhanced rainfall effect for tomorrow. Now this high eventually starts to slide out of the way, and as it does, you say, oh gosh, more rain. No. This is when we start to see the second high slide in. That one is going to bring back some toasty weather as we head in towards the holiday weekend, and it will be a little more typical as we get in towards that weekend. So we'll go 70% tomorrow, 40 to 30% Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday all the way through Memorial Day weekend, back to the hot and sticky, but at least we will be dry. Nice to see that as well. We'll be back after the break. Randy's Up with Sports.
Walk in or schedule online for your free COVID vaccine at houstonmethodist.org/vaccine.
Does your yard need color? Houston Garden Centers has more color for sun or shade than anyone. Zinnias, coleus, begonias, impatiens, vinca, petunias, and lots more. All at Houston Garden Centers with better plans for less.
We all have our own journey ahead of us, our own hopes and dreams. We'll pass many milestones, moments that define you and drive you to achieve even more. So celebrate everyone, because success isn't just about where you want to get to. It's also about how you get there.
Cut on rehearsal.
The all-new 2021 Cadillac Escalade. Never stop arriving.
If you're on the search for state-of-the-art appliances or stylish furniture, we've got great news for you. During our Memorial Day sale, save up to 35% on 5-star savings appliances and save an extra 10% on packages. Plus, enjoy a tax-free weekend on all qualifying Energy Star appliances. Get no interest on everything in the store and up to $800 in furniture freebies with your qualifying furniture purchase. During our Memorial Day sale, find 5-star savings only at Conn's Home Plus.
Attention, this message is for anyone who lost power during the February power outage crisis and has property damage or suffered a personal injury. Many of the Texas power companies have filed for bankruptcy protection. So if you want to be compensated, you must file a claim in bankruptcy court before the deadline. Deadlines have been set by the bankruptcy court and are rapidly approaching. Protect your legal rights. Call 800-800-2828 and we can file your claim. If you miss the bankruptcy deadline, your right to recover is lost forever. Call 800-800-2828. That's 800-800-2828. Call now.
It's your guardian angel. It's your muse. It's your smart-dressed, tech-intense, safety-obsessed superhero, the Hyundai Sonata and Elantra. Hey, it's your journey. Own it. Get 0% APR for 60 months on the Elantra or Sonata, or get up to $3,500 in savings. Visit buyhyundai.com.
Shrubs add the perfect finish to your landscaping, and we have the largest selection of shrubs in Texas. We have boxwood, hawthorn, wax ligustrum, pittosporum, bottlebrush, photinia, and lots more. All at Houston Garden Centers with better plants for less.
Welcome back. We are the Countdown to Sports Sunday tonight. Join me, Ari, and Vanessa. We're about 6 minutes away. Big sports story today and all weekend. Phil Mickelson does it again. A major winner. This at the age of 50, becoming the oldest ever to pull it off. We'll have Lefty's reaction from the victory. The Astros limping home after a tough weekend collapse in Arlington. How they were swept by the Texas Rangers and what needs to happen between now and when the Dodgers get to town Tuesday night. Plus, she's at the best. She is the best, really, at what she does. Spring Zone Simone Biles, already in Olympic form, will relive her record vault and what she said about it coming up tonight. What a job by Simone Biles. Big show, minutes away. We'll see you right here, guys, for Sports Sunday. Jonathan, see you back to you.
All right. Hey, the Woodlands Elite Cheer Team Black Ops return back to Texas as world champions.
That's right. They won the premium Level 6 World Championship in Orlando. This competition is basically the World Series of competitive cheer. The squad walking through their routine at Market Street Square, where they showcase their award-winning stunts. Congratulations to the team.
A big congrats. Justin's got one more check of the forecast next.
Stay with us.
This can't be good.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Luckily, your Volkswagen is easy. The 2021 Atlas, Atlas Crossport, and Tiguan have a lower cost of maintenance than their Subaru, Honda, and Toyota competitors. Life's easier in a Volkswagen. Come into your Volkswagen dealer and get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2021 Atlas Crossport V6 SE Tech, or lease one for just $389 per month.
Before we were athletes. Before we could shatter records or expectations. Before we could do amazing things. We were all just kids with a dream. Texas Children's Hospital, caring for our current and future athletes.
Hello again. I'm Don Valentine, owner of John Moore Home Services, Houston's own AC, plumbing, and electrical company. My mom taught me if a thing is worth doing, it's worth doing right. Well, old-fashioned values have shaped John Moore for 56 years, and they're even more important now. Doing the right thing, the right way. Never a resurface charge. Excellent service from start to finish. John Moore, we're here for you.
Hurry up to Gallery Furniture's early Memorial Super Sale with giant selection, giant savings, immediate financing. Buy a room full, buy a house full of made-in-America furniture, buy a Tempur-Pedic sleep set. Gallery Furniture delivers free to Houston area home in 3 or 4 hours. Today. No waiting, no backroad slip. Plus, we'll haul off your old furniture absolutely free. Buy your furniture today. Early Memorial Super Sale to 10 p.m. tonight. Gallery Furniture delivers free in 3 or 4 hours and saves you money today.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand. That's why people are taking it everywhere. Taking SUVs like Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with the most capable Silverado ever. No matter what you do, there's a Chevy that's perfect to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get a total value of $5,250 on this 2021 Silverado Crew Cab Texas Edition. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
All right, quick weather update before you head to bed tonight. Tomorrow, watch out. We'll see a few more scattered downpours, especially when the sun comes up, kind of gets things all shook up and whatnot. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll see the rain chances go down significantly. And then by this weekend, you'll be like, oh, it's hot. I wonder if it's going to rain. Nope. But the skeeters will be out.
They sure will. The unofficial start to summer on the way.
There it is. All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Sports Sunday is next.